Sometimes people can say something to you, and it's really just no big deal. It's casual conversation. But at other times, people's words can be deeply moving. What accounts for the difference? Shalom, my friends. Yes, this subject has been relevant to my life over the past weeks. Recently, I've been receiving, all sorts of messages, phone calls and texts and emails that have been deeply touching to my wife and me. Some of them actually moved us to tears. But during that same period, naturally, I've also received, I don't know how many mundane messages about routine subjects. What is it about the moving ones that made them so special? Before I dig in, let me ask you to please watch to the end of the video, especially if you are not already a subscriber to the Rabbi study. Because at the end of the video, my face will pop up on your screen, assuming you're logged into YouTube. And by clicking on it, you can become one of our subscribers. I'll say a little more about that later, but I do hope you will consider doing that. Now, back to the topic at hand. I believe the answer to my question is found in an old saying which I learned as a piece of Jewish wisdom.
I didn't know you was Jewish.
Jewishly, this answer is attributed to Moshe ibn Ezra, whom we must be careful not to confuse with the more well-known biblical commentator Abraham ibn Ezra. In doing some research for this video, I also found it attributed to another source, to English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge. But because Ibn Ezra lived centuries before Coleridge, I'm thinking that Ibn Ezra was probably the original source. So what was it that Ibn Ezra said that I think accounts for the difference between mundane words and moving words? He said that words that come from the heart enter the heart. I've received such beautiful, heartfelt messages of late that it's been impossible not to be touched by them. Words that came from the hearts of others have definitely entered the hearts of my wife and I. This saying of Ibn Ezra has entered into the folk lexicon of the Jewish people. It gets repeated frequently without any reference to the source, almost as if it had become an anonymous folk saying. Nevertheless, I think the words ring true, whether we're speaking about words of blessing or just conversation between people. Honest words, words that reflect our deepest feelings, words that emerge from the heart, are really heard by others. They elicit a response. They are neither ignored nor overlooked. Because words, you see, they are more than a random assembly of letters. They can be powerful spiritual tools. They can bring us closer to God, to ourselves, and to others. In fact, Hebrew has a word which means both word and thing, teaching us that words are real things with real power. So when you speak, consider your words carefully. Each word contains the power to heal. Choose them wisely. May all your words rise and find their place to become a blessing, and therefore make you a blessing yourself. Have you ever had the experience of being deeply moved by heartfelt words? Perhaps you would share that in the comments box. And now, my friends, We've reached that point in the video that I mentioned earlier. As of the writing of this video, the Rabbi study had 864 subscribers, so we're working towards 900 right now. Please help us with a subscription, which is, of course, free. All you have to do is click on my face right over here, or maybe watch another video by clicking on its icon right over there. As ever, until next time, Shabbat Shalom.